Hi, I'm Lee Chapman. I wrote What Do We Fight About This Year? This is my musical partner, Ahren Fight, brilliant instrumentalist, producer, arranger, videographer, camera guy, light guy. What have I left out? He's wonderful, and my question is, if you're so great and I'm so great, why was recording this song such a royal pain?
Tempo changes.
Yeah, tempo changes. That's it. So what? Contemporary pop music doesn't change tempo, right?
A lot of it doesn't. Yeah, a lot of it's just to one solid tempo, and it can be kind of boring. Or a lot of it is, one verse that is at, let's say, 100, and maybe the chorus is at 105, and maybe there's only two different sections in the song. Your songs have way more sections than just a verse and a chorus.
Well, not only that, but this song just comes to a complete halt. There are times where I just want to emote as a singer, and that was a huge problem coordinating that with the piano. So,
In hindsight, we probably could have done it a different way and made it easier on ourselves.
yeah.
But hindsight's 2020. Next time you have a song like this, we'll know to do it differently.
So I'm losing my questions here.
Cat for engagement.
So then the related question is, I was so annoyed recording this that I almost quit twice
Yeah.
and just canceled the whole project. And I don't know, did you talk me out of it? I mean, you're pretty patient.
I think I played up the sunk cost fallacy. Maybe. Come on, we've already put in so much time, we might as well just finish it.
Yeah.
Are you glad we finished it?
Oh, God, yes. Because
There
it's
we go.
gotten such great critiques from the people who've seen the video.
Accolades?
Yes, accolades. The word great appears a lot. The word fantastic appears a lot. So,
Cool.
yeah, it's getting a great reaction. I'm hoping lots of people will watch it and tell all their friends to watch it too. So, you're really good at handling difficult clients. You're so patient. When I'm in here recording and freaking out, you're always complimentary and blah, blah, blah. Is that a big part of your job, just dealing with difficult clients?
For people who I know are nice at the core, it's very easy. There are people who are not so nice at the core, and I feel like I'm one of them. So it's definitely easier to be patient with someone who is genuinely nice, and it's a very alien environment to be recording and to hearing yourself and having someone say that's not good enough, do it again. So you have to extend some patience, and I'm sure I could be more patient.
Well, you're good with me.
Okay.
So, I don't know if people realize, but the way people record music now is sort of one instrument or voice at a time. And so, we'll record a vocal along with a computer, and then we'll send that to a percussionist, and he will record the percussion part in his studio and send it back, and then we'll send it to the pianist, and he'll record the piano part. You've often said it'd be nice, at least once in my life, to get together with an actual live band. But how do you feel about recording separate bits like that?
Well, we started recording shortly before COVID started,
Yeah.
so I think that's a big part of it. And a lot of people have groups that they play with, and they can rehearse, and the producer can come to a rehearsal and say, maybe let's change this or this will sound better. Maybe your drums, let's experiment with tuning them differently, or experiment with playing to a click track. And a lot of groups can have more success in the studio having prepared like that. Your songs, a lot of times we don't know what they want to be,
Right.
and it takes some experimentation. I would love to find a group together that we could have a collection of your songs, and we could. It's a lot. I think it's much easier to adjust songs on the fly when everyone's there.
Hmm.
And it can be easier to say, drums, try this, piano, try this, let's try this and see if this works. Nope, flip-flop the rhythms. You do this, you switch rhythms instead. Guitar and bass, switch roles. You go high, you go low. Sometimes it's easier to just say that to people instead of like reprogramming things on the computer or calling someone and saying, hey, can you retrack your part? A lot of tempo things. When you're playing as a live band, you sometimes don't need to use a click track, and you can have tempo variations, and that can be much more successful.
Yeah, you've got a Ringo instead of a click track.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the whole MIDI instrument question? MIDI is computers playing synthesizers, which, to me is really cool because I just can have the computer do whatever I want. My first album was almost all MIDI, and therefore Ahren hates my first album. Why you have this prejudice against computer synthesizers, I guess.
Yeah, and it is funny because you and I feel, grew up on the same, despite being different generations. The Beatles were our first primary musical love, probably.
Yeah.
So it's funny that I cling to that and you are free of those chains.
Well, I did computer music in school, so
I did too.
Cool.
I took a computer music class, but I guess I didn't get it as much as you got it.
But we don't anymore, so that's weird. So, you made the video. You were brilliant making the video. You came up with all kinds of great ideas, like the Nutcrackers. I just casually pointed out the new Nutcrackers to Ahren, and he immediately started having them sing along with the song. It was amazing. So you did great with the video. But
Thank you.
What's your biggest disappointment or in either the song or the video? Anything?
That's a terrible question. Let's talk about
it's a
favorite
great question.
things.
What's your favorite thing about the song or the video?
Working with someone who has great ideas and is willing to go with the flow and experiment in the moment. Because sometimes you're on set and you just never know what's going to work. And you have to try different things. And sometimes the vision in your head, when you try it in the real world, it looks terrible. Just like in audio. Sometimes you think, oh, that's going to be a guitar part. And then it's not. It sounds terrible and you have to just try something different.
That's hard for me to go with the flow. But I've learned that it really works when we work together. We come up with great ideas.
Sometimes I have to encourage you to keep going and get B-roll and get second angles. And
I've learned to listen to him and do that stuff. So that's good. My biggest disappointment in the video is that the first joke in the video was supposed to be that we spend all this time in the Christmas tree lot, and then we don't even buy one. We drag the artificial tree up from the basement. And so we took all this footage of Bob and me dragging the tree up from the basement, and you said none of it was usable. So I think you're just sabotaging that whole part of the video because you didn't like it.
I didn't realize how important it was.
We'll
have to release a director's cut next year.
Exactly. That's next year, director's cut. That's coming out. Okay. Anything else you want to say about the song or the video?
It's definitely a challenge. It's probably taken us longer to do this than it's taken to do anything else.
I know. It's been a royal effing pain.
But
jeez.
I'm glad it's done and released on time.
Yeah, before Christmas. Okay, thank you so much. Ahren's the man.